Well, friends, family, loved ones, uh,
Cohorts.
random uncle that I'm told not to speak to. It's a new year. We've gone. We're done. 2020 is a thing of the past. You know, the hell of a year, whether it was good or bad. It's gone. We've done it. But the repercussions of 2020 are still around, so it's not over yet. We still gotta hang in there. But until that happens, hello everyone, welcome back. We took December off, and we're back. We're recording a new podcast. We're here. We're back from vacation. I'm Jolin, your host, and with me I have my co-host Victor. Say what's up to the people.
What up?
Yeah, I think last you heard of us, we were gonna take some time off, just spend the holidays with the family.
Yeah, that's true. We let you guys know, and hopefully, you guys got some time to enjoy the holidays yourself. You know, whether it was with family, whether it was with that significant other, or whether it was by yourself. You know, as long as you got time to bring in the merry and just at least find peace. You know,
Yeah,
not shoot for straight up happiness, but at least contentness in your life.
yeah, and I hope everyone listening rang in the New Year safely, 6 feet apart.
Exactly, that's
And
true.
Victor, how you doing? How's 2021 treating you?
That's funny you should ask that specific question because I started the new year in quarantine because I contracted COVID.
Ah,
Yeah, but
well,
luckily I was fortunate enough to not get any severe symptoms. The only real symptoms I got was just like congested nose
mm-hmm.
and loss of taste and smell, which only lasted for like a few days. So honestly, it was kind of fun in my perspective because I was like testing stuff to see what how it would feel.
Yeah,
And funny enough, like the mouth texture when it came to food, I guess I enjoy food so much that I was able to imagine the taste and imagine the smells. And only when I actually focused on like, okay, let me see what it actually tastes like, did I get nothing. So I was like, oh yeah, I guess
ah,
I'm still sick. But yeah, now all my symptoms are gone. My senses are back. My nose isn't congested anymore. I feel great. So the new year has been pretty well to me. It's been going okay, and I try to be safe to my family. I quarantined in my room, didn't came into contact with them, and hopefully I didn't spread it to them. But so far so good. How about you,
all
Jolin?
right.
How's your new year?
I mean, it's been a shit show, man. Just everything's going wrong.
Really? Whoa.
No, I'm just kidding. So I rang in the New Year fast asleep like a baby.
Hey,
When I woke up, I
that's
had a
what's
bunch
up.
of messages, especially from you guys saying Happy New Year's, and I was like, I'm 8 hours too late to tell everyone Happy New Year, but I'll do it
I mean,
anyways.
that's fine. Yeah. I mean, you were celebrating like baby New Year, fast asleep.
Yep, shitting in my pants and everything.
Woke up, I trusted a fart. You shouldn't have done that.
Shouldn't have done that. The actual like New Year's Day, it was fun. I had like a small barbecue, a Korean barbecue, if you will,
Ooh,
with
nice. With your
my
family?
family and my cousin who rents like the studio in the back of my house.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so we didn't invite anybody aside from them, but they like we know that they haven't like gone out and they've been safe, so it was fine. And like we just like hung out, talked, cooked some food, ate, and it was
Mhm.
nice.
That's good. Yeah. Funny enough, like my parents wanted to have like family members over, to have like pozole or birria
Yeah.
for New Year's or Christmas. And I told my mom, I was like, especially in these times, that should be highly discouraged. If anything, we could just like FaceTime them. But they were very adamant on like having them over. And I was like, fine, you guys do you. But, at that time, I was starting to feel like a little cold because I was like getting my nose congested at that time.
Uh,
And I wasn't sure if I had COVID because I barely took the test again. So I hadn't gotten the results back. But I told them for Christmas, worst comes to worst, I'm just gonna quarantine myself. I'm gonna stay away from all you guys. So if you do have people over, it doesn't get bad. And my mom noticed that my tone of voice was changing because congestion. So she noticed that I was getting sick, and I guess told them, I was like, hey, I think my son is sick, so it's best if we don't have family over. But they did that social distancing stuff where they came over, they stayed
Yeah.
outside like 6 feet apart, told each other Merry Christmas, and gave each other the gifts exchange, and then they left. And then they celebrated Christmas here, like with just us, like the people who live here. So now in retrospect, it's amazing my mom had that foresight to do that, to change things up, because I really did have COVID. And you never know what could have happened if people were in the house like that.
Yeah.
So good news on that part.
Yeah, true. Pretty risky,
That's
getting
why
them
you
tickets.
can never be too safe. Yeah. They sneak those tickets in. How was your Korean barbecue though, man? Like, what was it? Did you have all the sides? Did you have that rice
We
paper
had
that's so
some.
delicious?
We had some of the banchan.
Uh-huh.
Like we had gone to the Korean store the day prior, and I bought I usually I make my own kimchi, but there just wasn't enough time.
Yeah, you need to let that ferment.
Yeah, so we bought kimchi, and then I made like the pickled radish. I made the cucumber salad, normal salad, and then I wanted to get the rice paper and like the glass noodles, but my mom, she was like, "Oh, it's not gonna be good for tomorrow," and I was like, "All right, whatever."
What? You didn't have rice paper?
No, we didn't have rice paper, but we had rice.
Aw, Jolin, but the rice paper, man, that's
I
like the
mean, even
best
at like
part.
normal Korean barbecue, I don't really eat the rice paper.
Really? I never really paid attention to that.
I mean, if you're trying to get like the most out of your money at Korean barbecue, you shouldn't even eat the rice. Just go for the meat.
That's true. Yeah.
Damn, pro
But
tips from the Jumblhoj boys.
we are big boys, and I could
Yeah.
eat like 3 bowls of rice and still get my money's worth on the meat.
No, yeah, no, me too. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, but
And
just
what
for
was
anyone out
nice,
there.
yeah. So we had bought like some really thinly sliced like top ribeye meat.
Ooh, nice.
We were gonna get the brisket, but it was like they were all out of the thinly sliced brisket at H Mart.
Uh-huh.
And then we just cut up our own chicken. And then my parents were like, "Oh, let's put like squid and shrimp as well."
Ooh, nice. Yeah,
So
you
we
get
had
that
like
surf and turf.
marinated shrimp, marinated squid, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds like a legit Korean barbecue right there.
Yeah, and it
Good
was
job.
fun.
That's great to hear, man.
Yeah. So hopefully when things get better, now we don't have to go to a Korean barbecue. We could just get the stuff and cook it in my house.
Yeah, hopefully, like once the Backstreet Boys are gone,
Mm-hmm.
no sneaky snoo on the tickets being put in your pocket. We could definitely invite some friends over and have a Korean barbecue of ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be awesome. And we could all each bring like part of the banchan, that way no one comes in empty-handed, sort of thing.
Yeah, or you guys just like Venmo me the money, and I'll just buy the banchan like the day of,
True.
so we can
Yeah,
get like
that's
those mashed potatoes and the noodles.
and the rice paper, because me and Rocio personally love the rice paper.
Yeah,
Nice. I'm so down. See, I just want this pandemic to be over and just back to the good old days.
I mean everyone does, but the only way that we're gonna get through it is if people listen and
Yeah.
stay home and don't have gatherings more than 10 people and stay 6 feet apart and wash your hands, you dirty nasties.
You dirty nasties. That's true. Because like I think I contracted it just because I was being careless when I went Christmas shopping. I wasn't hand sanitizing enough. I probably didn't wash my hands properly or something. All I remember is going out Christmas shopping, which I shouldn't have done. I should have probably just ordered everything online ahead of time, but I was very irresponsible with that, and I paid the price for my recklessness. But I'm just happy, I didn't pass it on to anybody else. So there's that at least.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, how about we talk about what we plan for the future for this new year, Jolin? What are you
Oh, you want to
planning?
start with that?
I suppose. I mean, or unless you want to still talk about the past year, do you have any old business to take care of before we have the new business?
No. I mean, well, like we can either talk about what we have planned for this year, like us, or for the channel, or in general,
Yeah.
or we can move on to like the main topic that we're gonna talk about, like just good luck and stuff like that.
Actually, yeah, I think our beautiful listeners would enjoy our main topic, and then to close things off, we'll just go with the whole New Year stuff.
All right. So what sparked this topic was my mom has a habit of during the new year, she likes to like make little good luck trinkets and good luck charms, and she'll give them out to everyone that's like here at our house.
Oh, nice. I've never heard of anyone do that.
Yeah, kind of similar to like Chinese New Year where you get like the little envelope that's filled with money and it's like good luck.
Yeah, to start the new year off good.
Yeah, like my mom does that, but she does that for normal New Year's. And it got me thinking, like, first of all, and it got me thinking, and I wanted to ask you, like, do you believe in good luck? And do you believe in giving people good luck or good luck trinkets? And just around that topic, if you have anything to add.
Yeah. Well, to answer the question directly.
Yeah, and also,
would be
like, do you have a similar experience where like someone has given you like a good luck trinket, and like, what's your response to that?
So when it comes to do I believe in luck, it's more of like a I'm not sure, kind of like agnostic of sorts when it comes to good
Okay.
luck. Where it's like I'm not sure if it exists, but at the same time I'm not opposed to its existence mainly because I feel like our actions is what dictates the outcomes, like cause and effect sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
So it's like if you want something to happen, you have to go out there and make it happen of sorts. And no one has ever given me a good luck trinket. But if anyone would give me one, I would gladly accept it, and I would actually like proudly wear it or have it with me, because I have received other gifts in that sort of manner where like they don't have to buy me anything. Like in my recent trip to Mexico, my aunt bought me a cool looking skull ring.
Oh.
And it's not something that like she's into, but just because she saw me like find some interest in it, she was like, you know what, I'll buy it for you, mijo. Like, you seem to like it, you seem to enjoy it, so I'll get it for you. And when I came back, I wore it almost every single day just because of that factor. Even if I no longer thought it was cool, or if it was just a sort of in the moment thing, just because she bought it for me, that sentiment is what encouraged me to use it. So I feel like if anyone were to give me a good luck trinket, I would use it and carry it with me and believe in the luck because they believed in it.
I see.
So that's my position. What about you, Joel? And what do you think about luck and stuff?
Well, Victor, first of all, I think you need more Asian friends so they can give you good luck trinkets.
Yeah, I do.
Like, talking from personal experience, because like I'm more closer to my Filipino side than my Mexican side, just because like all of my dad's brothers and sisters are here versus my mom's, only like one of my mom's sister is here.
Yeah.
But like, even though we're Filipino, we still do the whole like Chinese New Year. And we like have, yeah, and even on like normal New Year's, we have like our own, superstitions and things that we do to like bring bring luck into our lives for this year.
Oh, that's cool.
But looking back, it's just more like so that way like the kids have fun, you know?
I get you.
Because like one of the things that we do is like as New Year approaches, you're supposed to like stuff your pants with stuff your pockets with like as many coins and loose change as you can.
Oh, what?
And it's like, yeah, and like the parents and like the older siblings who don't participate anymore, they'll like hide quarters and pennies and stuff like that around the house for people to look for them and be like, oh, I found some, and just put it in your pants.
Oh, that's so dope. That sounds fun.
Yeah, and then when the new year comes, I think you're supposed to like you just throw the coins like up in the air or something, or like you give them back to your parents and they give you like actual money.
Oh, okay.
It's something like that. My parents never did it, but my cousins did it.
Yeah, that sounds fun either way.
Yeah, exactly. But me personally, I do believe in luck just because I consider myself to be like a very lucky person. Hashtag humble brag. But like a lot of opportunities present themselves to me and I don't seek them. I've had 3 jobs in my life, and two of them I got offered the job. Like I didn't even apply or anything.
Okay.
Only one of them I applied, and like I got the job.
Nice.
So like looking for work has never been like an issue. I just feel like there are so many times where things could have gone wrong, but they didn't because I'm lucky.
Yeah.
Like like when I was younger, my sister and my brother, we when we were in Mexico, we rented out ATVs because that's like at the beach.
Oh,
And for
nice.
some reason, like I had like a feeling like something's gonna go wrong, so I don't want to ride the ATV. And sure enough, it did. They like drove up a sand dune too like that was too narrow, and they ended up tumbling with the ATV and crashing.
Holy shit. Were they okay?
They were okay, but we had to pay the ATV rental place like $300
Damn. Just for
because
like any
we cracked the
damages?
fender.
Oh shit. Okay. So you good call on that part on your
Yeah,
part.
so I've always been kind of like lucky or had this feeling like either something good is gonna happen or something bad is gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to the trinkets, I personally don't believe that like a trinket has any luck to it. It's the fact that like the person who's giving you the trinket imbues their own luck into it, and they like because they wish you they like genuinely wish you good luck.
Yeah.
So like the trinket that my mom makes me, like I do believe that lucky because she took time out of herself to make it, and she does want me to have like good fortune and stuff. But if I
Yeah.
were to like buy a trinket where someone's like, "Oh, this like these pair of socks are magic or like lucky and they'll bring you fortune," like the act just because you're buying them does not mean they're lucky.
Yeah, just because some random person says it's lucky, that doesn't necessarily mean it is.
Yeah, kind of how the expression goes, like you have to make your own luck in the world.
Yeah.
And that's it's pretty similar to what I believe.
Not bad. Yeah, actually, like I agree with that because it's like if someone were to give me a good luck trinket, I would hold on to it because like if someone made it for me, because I have this feeling that like even if it's not luck per se that's in the trinket, it's still the emotions or at least the care that someone put into it. The at least that whole saying where it's like if you don't believe in yourself, believe in me because I believe in you. That sort of
Yeah.
thing. And I feel like a trinket like that would carry that emotion, that energy in it so that at least your best interest is imbued with it because they gave it to you like that. Like you said, a random person won't have your best interest in hand. They would just want the money. So it's like you can't really be sure if that really is lucky or not.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
but like a friend or a relative does have your best interest.
Yeah. So therefore, at least the sentimental value is what adds to it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny that you brought up that gut feeling that you had because I never really like I've had that my whole life, but I myself never considered it to be luck. I always considered it to be like my gut feeling.
Yeah, I mean
It's hard.
it's like intuition.
Yeah, thank you. There you go, intuition.
Or some
Because
people might chalk it up as like instinct.
yeah,
You know, kind of how
yeah,
like
like
dogs have their own instincts, like humans at some point humans had to have instincts, you know.
exactly. So it's like if you follow it, of course something good might happen because it's your instinct.
Mhm.
But it's like now that I look back on it, especially those moments where I followed my gut, when everybody else around me was telling me not to, and then good things would happen. I always considered like, no, see, I have good intuition. See, I knew that was gonna happen. But in reality, it could be chalked down to just me being lucky and not really realizing it. Because a perfect example would be my second job. I had a really good stable job in like a printing company and I think I was making like 1,600 bi-weekly. So I
Mhm.
was able to pay all my bills, I was able to maintain my car, all this stuff, but I wasn't happy. I was like, it was the dead end job, it was a soul sucking job, it was monotonous, it was repetitive, it sucked so much. Like I hated it every minute. I regretted going there. But there was something within me at one point where I was like, I need to quit this job. Like I can't be here anymore. And it wasn't just like because I hate it. Something within me was telling me like now. Like I could have quit any time like earlier to be like because I don't like this job. But I kept going. I was like, no, I have to be here. I have to do this. I have to keep going. And then out of nowhere, all my whole body, my whole intuition, everything within me was like, we need to leave this job now. It's now or never. And I decided to do so. I had no plans for the future after that. I had nothing to go with. So when I left, I was unemployed for like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I believe, and I had no idea what to do. I I made up the excuse that I was gonna go back to school, but I actually didn't even sign up for classes or anything like that. So I knew that was just a lie to get people off my back of sorts, or get them to not worry. Because I was unemployed, I was lucky to find the cafe where I work at right now. And this job is like a godsend. Like, it's the job that I do not dread going in every single day. I fucking love with like every fiber of my being. Like, I believe in this job. Like, I believe in the future of this place. So it's like I'm happy. And I've never thought working to survive could make you feel this happy when it comes to a job. I chalked it down to my intuition. I was like, see, I knew that gut feeling was gonna pay off. But in reality, I was just very lucky to go to that cafe because my friend told me to, and I was lucky to meet a cool person like the owner, and for him to even actually be willing to teach me all that he did about coffee in order to hire me later on. So
Yeah.
that could be actually chalked up to luck.
Yeah, true. I don't,
It's great.
Yeah, there's weird things in the world that you can't explain.
Yeah, and I guess that's why I have a very middle ground about it, because I'm not sure. It's unexplainable, but at the same time, I'm not opposed to say that it could exist.
Yeah, I get you. And in good old fashioned Jolin, he has to relate everything to like a biblical verse.
Uh huh.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, there's a saying amongst like the churches or just in religion in general that like you can pray and believe in God as much as you want, but like I mean it was like the moral of a story. Sorry, I'm not gonna go into the story, but basically like this guy he like prays to God to help him solve all his problems, and eventually the problems become too big and he ends up like passing away because of something, right? And when he confronts God, he tells him like, I prayed and I believed and I asked you for help, but why didn't you ever help me? And it's like God would tell the person like, I did help you, I sent that boat to save you, I sent that, whatever, he sent all these signs, but you didn't see them as signs. You wanted the answers, you wanted like the solutions right away.
Yeah. Oh,
So
I
it's
I know
like you
what
can
story you're
only,
talking about.
yeah, like you can only help yourself, or you can only ask for help so far. You have to do things yourself,
Yeah.
and that's kind of like making your own luck in the world. Like you can like beg and plead and ask for as much luck in the world as you want, but like you have to carve your own path and like make your own, and like give it your all.
Yeah, sometimes the luck will take different forms in the shape that this path or this opportunity that's being open to you is the luck in action. Therefore, it's your responsibility to take that first step into this new path.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
But see, that kind of made me remember, now that you like talked about religion, I realized that as at least, I don't know if it's like common for Mexican households, but at least in my household, luck was never really a topic, or at least something you could rely upon. It was always religion based. It was like,
Yeah, I get you.
yeah, like if anyone gave you a trinket, it wasn't a trinket of luck for the new year. This trinket is about this specific part of our religion, therefore it shall bring you, or make an angel watch over you, or make this saint, protect you and care for you, or bring you health. It was based on religion rather than just the concept of luck. So that maybe that's
Yeah.
why I never really got a trinket in my life when it came to luck. But I'm pretty sure I remember like getting crucifixes, or little rosaries, or even like a framed picture of an angel.
Yeah, I understand just because like from what my friends tell me or like from what I've seen, but because I'm not Catholic, I don't really get it.
Yeah, definitely, I get you.
Yeah, like I remember when I used to go to when we would visit my aunts in Mexico, I always felt like very uncomfortable because I would see that they had like pictures of like Jesus and crosses and the saints. One of my aunts, she had like this holographic picture where like if you looked at it one way, it was like Jesus on the cross, and then if you looked at it the other way, he was like bleeding on the cross.
Whoa, what?
And it was like in the guest room, so I would stare at it trying to fall asleep, and like it was positioned in the way that it was like bloody Jesus.
Oh, jeez.
It just creeped me out because I was like, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. We don't even have pictures of like Jesus.
Yeah.
Like we barely have like a cross in our church. Like we don't. We're like part of that old Christianity that doesn't believe in like pictures and idolizing.
Yeah, the symbols and the like the vision of God itself, sort of stuff.
Yeah, so you won't find a cross in my house.
That's very like to the extreme, because I know the type of pictures you're talking about, and I remember my mom used to have a holographic of like on one side you would see like Jesus Christ, and then you would go to the other side and it would be the Virgin Mary. I have never seen the bloody Jesus version.
Yeah, that was. She's like a hardcore Roman Catholic.
Yeah, that's a definite. Holy shit.
Yeah, but anyways, we strayed too far off from luck, and now we're in religion.
But see, yeah, that's the whole reason why. Like, at least in my household that was very Roman Catholic, it was never really about luck. It was about religion.
Yeah, I
So
get you.
yeah, but maybe that's why, it's maybe I have gotten good luck trinkets and I've never really noticed.
Yeah, probably.
Like I remember my cousin had a quote unquote good luck trinket, and it was actually pretty cool. I myself am not very religious, but like I don't know why this just stuck with me. It was like a little necklace or like a little gemstone that he had with like a metal like angel wings around it, and
Oh,
he would put it in his truck, and the engravings around it said, "Never drive faster than what your guardian angel could fly." And as a kid, I always was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool. Like that makes sense. It encourages safe driving." But
yeah.
then as I grew up older and older and I started deviating from like religion itself, I started thinking like, "Wait, they're angels. Can they travel like light speed? Doesn't that mean you could drive at any speed and the guardian angel would always protect you?" And I was like, "No, no, I shouldn't be thinking about that.
You're
Safe
thinking about it too
driving."
much, Victor. Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get you.
Funny. So what else we got, Jolin? Where we going?
So kind of like a side tangent. You know how earlier I was talking about how like, oh, humans must have had like instincts like before, civilization and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I saw a TikTok that really like creeped me out.
Why?
You know the whole phenomenon behind like Uncanny Valley,
Oh yes.
where it's like we feel uncomfortable because something looks human and acts human, but it's not human.
Yeah, like you know it's not human, but therefore it like displays traits of a human, therefore that's why it feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, this TikToker was like we developed this feeling to identify whether things are human or not. And it must have been attributed to something in the past where like there were human-like beings, but they were not us.
Yeah.
And it just made
Oh
me like it
yeah.
brought me down this whole rabbit hole, like conspiracy theorying, like freaking alien intervention and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I got like
Where
creeped
it's like
out.
where it was like what could it possibly be that we had to develop this like fear for them?
Yeah, and I was just like, ugh, it gave me like shivers down my spine.
See, I saw that same TikTok, or at least I've seen that on YouTube videos when people talk about like animation and why it's so like you should be very careful of the uncanny valley. And I've always thought about it like you. I've always dove deep into the rabbit hole. And the best I could think of was kind of like the excuse of like mirrors, like reflective surfaces.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like maybe back then with like a lot of ice or maybe water, it's like we developed the sense that like our reflection isn't a human being, therefore we shouldn't maybe not be afraid of it, but at the same time we shouldn't pursue it. Like maybe that's why people drowned, because they thought they were, someone was in the water or something like that, or they would see the reflection and it'd be kind of like a dog when he sees a reflection and they start barking, they think it's another dog, that
Oh
sort of
yeah.
stuff. Or even like the best I could think of, which also got like kind of, what is it, verified when I saw someone else online have the same idea I did, was that maybe early hominids, maybe that's why we developed like, homo Homo erectus or Homo. What are we? What species are we?
Homo sapien sapien.
There you go. So since we're Homo sapien sapien, maybe our ancestors who were still around when like Homo erectus and all the other Neanderthals were around, we didn't see them as us. We saw them as like humanoid, but we developed this thing like we shouldn't interact with them. Like our instincts were like, no, we should only procreate and interact with our own species, and we should stay away from them. And that's why their species died out, and that's why we developed like this whole uncanny valley feeling. Well, sorry about that. We're still having issues with our recording software.
Yeah.
But Jolin, you were mentioning that probably the uncanny valley was something that have to do with like probably sickness or like the feeling you get when you're in a hospital or like a retirement home.
Yeah, because from like personal experiences, like I feel very uneasy when I go to hospitals or retirement homes. Like I almost like an anxiety that you just want to leave.
Yeah, I
And
get you.
and I mean that anxiety is like similar to how you feel when like when you experience the uncanny valley, like when you see like those AIs with like human features and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it's very similar, like at least in my case. So maybe like the uncanny valley thing is like an evolutionary adaptation that's supposed to like not only warn us when something is like not human or not us, but also to like prevent us from interacting with things that are us but are sick or just are going to hurt us. Like it's a defensive technique.
yeah, I get that. Especially when someone's like horribly sick, they definitely look different or they look really bad. So it's like that could be our instincts learning to be like, yeah, I recognize you as human, but at the same time, you don't look okay. Therefore, I should stay away from you.
Yeah, or like in the sense of keeping your own safety. Like if there's some like maniacal serial killer that like is running towards you with like a overly enthusiastic smile, that like kind of triggers the uncanny valley and you're like, this is not right.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I get you.
So yeah, I mean that's something I just thought about like today.
That's actually I've never really thought of it that way. I never really associated that anxiety or that uneasy feeling I get in hospitals with, or at least like that correlation of like the uncanny valley. But it makes so much sense. Like it makes perfect sense as to why we would feel that way. I
Yeah.
always just chalked it up to like I just got programmed to believe that the hospitals is where you don't feel okay, where you're sick, or where people die. So therefore, I don't like being here. But
Yeah, like small side story and then we'll move on to like the rest of the topic.
yeah,
Back when I was like 5 or 6, my grandpa had passed away,
oh okay,
and we rented out like like a typical hall to have his viewing and stuff like that.
yeah,
And I distinctly remember where it is because like that was a very traumatic thing for me when I was young because my grandpa was like my best friend.
oh okay,
Years later,
uh-huh.
my mom gets invited by a family friend to like celebrate their daughter's quince, her 15th birthday.
Yeah.
And they have the quince at the same hall that we had the viewing for my grandpa.
Oh damn.
So the whole
What a
time that we
coincidence.
were there, we could not get into the party feel. Everyone was having fun, drinking, laughing, and like
Mm-hmm.
for us, the only thing we could remember was like this is where we had the viewing for our grandpa.
Yeah.
And like, we just felt so uneasy that we just had to leave.
Oh, it's like I'm sorry to cut the party short, but we just gotta get out of here.
Yeah, so that's kind of I feel like it's like experiences or just things that you associate that like give you those uneasy feelings. Like and that's kind of why like hospitals are like that cuz maybe you haven't experienced it but you've heard from somebody else that like, "Oh, blah 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 happened."
Yeah. Oh man, that's true. That makes sense. Continuing with that, I read a story online where apparently a girl was afraid of like buses. She would never want to be near one. She would always be afraid to see one, and getting on one was like inconceivable. Like she hated them so badly, but she never remembered having a bad experience with it. She just like for some reason always hated them or was always afraid of them. And then
Uh-huh.
apparently she found out that her grandfather hated buses too. So she asked him like, why is that? Like, what happened to you? And he had a bad experience, saying that like when he was a kid, he got run over and he nearly died because of it. Like he was in the hospital for like so long, and he just ended up being afraid of buses for the rest of his life. And apparently that got passed down to her, like I guess genetically or something like that, like the programs in our DNA or some shit. And even though it's not like true, or it just could be a coincidence, it kind of just adds to the whole like our ancestors were afraid of these specific things or situations that they went through in their lives, and then this feeling just got passed down to us, even if we ourselves never experienced the same things they did.
Yeah, true.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, because it's like the same thing. Like everyone has a fear of like being burned alive or drowning or getting struck by lightning, but like
Yeah,
that doesn't happen to most people.
yeah. It's not
Yet
like
there's like a consensus fear of
yeah,
drowning and being burnt alive.
yeah, like that rarely happens, especially like the whole getting struck by lightning thing. But yet
Yeah,
we know that we shouldn't have that happen to us.
I don't know. It was just a random topic, but pretty good conversation came out of that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I learned something new.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I guess like we're overdue for a break for our Spotify listeners.
Oh, true.
Yeah, so you listening on YouTube, it'll be like nothing ever happened. You can pause the video, you can get up, stretch, get something to eat. Those listening on Anchor and Spotify, just a quick word from us, and we'll be back to it.
All right, and we're back from the break. Thank you guys so much for sticking through with that. But for now, Jolyn, what's our next on the agenda for these beautiful listeners that we have here?
I mean, Victor, it wouldn't be a New Year's podcast without talking about the new year.
True.
What we have planned, what we want to do, well, hopefully things that we can do.
Yeah. Our aspirations, our goals, our lives, our kinks. What? Huh?
Exactly. Right off the bat, something that I want to do this year is just, make some carrot cake. I love carrot cake.
What? No way.
Yeah, dude, carrot cake is so good. I just like, I want some.
Are you being serious though? Like, do you not like
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I love
What?
carrot cake.
I could have sworn you hated carrot cake.
No, I love a carrot cake is probably like the best cake.
Oh,
Close
okay. Then I think.
second or tied for first with carrot cake is like tres leches.
All right. Not a bad, roundup, but I personally just have different preferences.
Oh my god! Don't tell me you're a chocolate cake kind of guy.
Yes and
Oh my
no.
god, chocolate cake can
It's
go fuck itself.
see, that just goes to show which people have not had good chocolate cake.
I've had
It's like
very good chocolate cake, but it fails in comparison to like the best carrot cake ever.
clearly you haven't, because honestly I feel like if everyone has had, like, unless you hate chocolate in general or just are allergic to chocolate, if you were to try good chocolate cake, it instantly becomes everyone's favorite. Like, that's the whole reason why there's like this stereotype of like fat people in chocolate cake, because it's so good.
I don't know. I guess I just don't like chocolate as much. And then, I mean, obviously, some other things that I want to do is like get in better shape.
Of course. I mean, I remember you had that goal last year, but then Backstreet Boys hit.
I know. Like at the beginning of the year of 2020, like we were going to the gym and we were hitting it pretty hard, but then the Backstreet Boys came and they did their thing and we couldn't go to the gyms anymore.
Yeah, because we were actually going every single day, man. That was amazing.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
And it was really fun. I was not expecting to actually enjoy it as much as I did.
And I know, like, before the new lockdowns, we could have gone to the gym, but it's like, I don't know. Like as honorary big boys, it's already hard to breathe when you're working out, like let alone add a mask to that.
Yeah, that's true. And honestly, like whenever my parents go to the market, we live on a second floor, so it's always like my mom. She's had accidents recently, so therefore like her ankle hurts all the time. So I always tell her to like just stay in the kitchen and then like put the stuff away as I'm bringing it up with my dad. And holy crap, is it hard? Like it makes me start breathing heavy way easier than I ever did before whenever I'm carrying shit up with the mask on. Like that thing is just annoying. And I know that it's not like actually making it harder to breathe, but it's just mentally like I feel something there, therefore my mind starts like panicking, like, oh shit, there's an obstruction in the way, we gotta breathe harder, we gotta pump the lungs hard faster and the heart and blah blah blah, and I'm just start freaking out and I give myself a panic attack, like holy shit, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine that at the gym.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I have some coding projects that I want to do, and I think I said it last year that I wanted to animate, and I just never got
Yeah.
around to it.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely try this year, and I do have like a web series, a web comic series that we've been working on.
Oh
So I
yeah.
want that to I want to at least like release a chapter by the time the year is done.
Like the epilogue at least.
I mean, the epilogue is when you have like everything done.
Isn't the epilogue the beginning? Like
That's a
the
prologue.
prologue. There we go. Sorry about that. I always get those two words mixed up.
You know how the way I distinguish them is prologue is pretty similar to prolapse, and once you get a prolapse, everything's going downhill from there.
Well, well that is that okay. That's a good way to remember it.
That's kidding.
Prolapse.
Yeah, so that's what I have planned. At least like on a personal level, I have like.
Not bad. That's actually a good list you got there, John. You got some
Thank
good
you.
plans for the year.
What about you, Senor?
Well, yeah, like I always found this like New Year's resolution getting healthier like kind of ridiculous because it's always that same stuff. Everyone goes for it, and then 1 month in, and then they quit.
Yeah.
But whenever like you said, last year we started going to the gym, and it was actually really fun, and I was actually losing weight, and then the gyms closed down, and I went to Mexico to see my family. And my aunt, apparently she's apparently an Herbalife distributor or something like that, like the salesperson.
Yeah.
So she got my family into it, and at first we just accepted her Herbalife stuff because we were like, oh yeah, of course, she's family, like we'll help each other out. But then we actually started doing it, and my mom and my dad and me, we actually like did the milkshakes and only like one full meal a day sort of thing. And we actually started losing so much weight because of it. Hopefully in this new year, and once stuff starts opening up again, and we don't have to wear masks as as often, I'm hoping to get back into the rhythm of just being healthier and hopefully losing weight as well and getting to a specific goal weight that I have. But at least for this year, I'm satisfied with where I am right now. I've learned how to be content rather than shooting for happiness on a daily basis.
I see.
Yeah, and just hoping the situation with the coffee shop gets better. Like we hopefully start getting more customers once the quarantine starts getting lifted a little bit. And yeah, I'm just excited for like what the year may have in general when it comes to like entertainment and media stuff. Like I keep hearing a lot of projects and movies and stuff that are coming up, so I'm hoping to see those. But as for
Yeah.
myself, I don't have any projects in mind, and I'll just go along as well. Pretty much, I'll cross that bridge when it appears. Because like last year, you introduced me to coding and like the coding languages, and therefore I took
Mhm.
like a class and decided to learn a little bit of it, and that got me really interested. So I'm gonna take that approach as well with this year. If I learn something new and I find it fascinating and intrigues me, I'll pursue it, and hopefully I learn something new.
All right, fair enough. Oh, I was just gonna say, like, as far as the channel goes,
Yeah.
like obviously we still want to make let's plays. We're still gonna do podcasts. it goes without saying, like, it's kind of that whole like YouTube mentality that like, oh, this year we're gonna try to do something bigger and better and blah blah blah. But in reality, like, we just want to give you guys like the best content that we can.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we wanna give you these promises of like some big project we have on hand, but at the same time, it's like life in general is unpredictable. So therefore, we just want to strive for the best that we can do right now.
And honestly, like, from the beginning of the year to now, I feel like we've gotten way better as podcast hosts.
Yeah, I agree. I feel
Like,
the same
our
way.
conversations aren't so like cut and dry where it's like, okay, Victor, we're gonna talk about the cats and blah blah blah.
And
Like,
then
in the most, yeah, and like the more recent episodes, we've been trying out this thing where like conversation comes more organically, where it's like, so something interesting happened during lunch, and and then we'll elaborate, and like the
yeah.
topic will come out of that organic conversation.
Yeah, exactly. Rather than it feeling very like cookie cutter specific this topic and that's it. Nothing else.
Yeah. So in that regards, I feel like, when we said, oh, we're gonna come out with like better content and more stuff, like, I feel like we held up our end on that, where we have gotten better at just basically being podcasters and YouTubers.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And it's like it's a learning experience.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna try to continue doing that. Obviously, like, as we continue making let's plays and podcasts and stuff, we'll get better at it. We won't have awkward silence that you guys don't hear about because I edit it out.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, but we have some games planned that we want to do for this year. We talked about like maybe doing a live stream, but scheduling is weird.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah, I mean, like, for right now, all we can say is like we're gonna try to, just be better at what we do.
Yeah. That's all we can offer. Just to improve ourselves as much as we can.
Yeah,
And
and
I mean, like you said, I feel like we have improved. Just prime example is our first podcast ever. I went back to go check it out, and
oh,
it's yeah, you could definitely tell the difference. It's good. Like I've it's we've doing better.
yeah. Oh man, that first podcast was rough.
It was kind of cringy at times.
I know.
I'm not
we
I'm
like
not saying we're like completely cringe free, but at least we're not as cringy as we were back then.
Oh, I know. We were just hitting like as many topics as we could. No elaboration, just like, yeah, I like that. All right, moving on.
Yeah. Exactly, yeah.
Oh man.
Oh dude, that's funny.
So yeah, I mean, that's all we can really say. Well, I don't want to jinx it and be like, oh, 2021 is gonna be our year and stuff. But, we'll try to make do with what we have.
All we could wish for is that 2021 is better than 2020, and we could only expect that the Backstreet Boys go away, and we can finally start opening our horizons or our options on the content we can provide for you guys.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like it's a natural conclusion to what we talked about. So let us know what you guys think. Comment down below any New Year's resolutions, if you do them. What do you have? Do you believe in like good luck charms? Do you give people little trinkets to give them luck and prosperity? And what do you think about the Uncanny Valley business? What's up with that?
Oh yeah, or do you believe in that's the whole alien, or what explanation do you have for it?
Yeah, and I don't know. That's all we got.
Yeah, so thank you guys so much for listening in on another podcast. If you made it this far, we do these for you, and we really appreciate you guys. We love you as always, and we'll hopefully see you in the next one. Thank you everybody, and we'll see you.
Yeah, bye everybody.
Stay beautiful.